Breaking news right now. Efforts to get a number of cars out of ice. Get a look at this live picture here. The cars were parked on Lake Geneva in Wisconsin for Winterfest, but then the ice gave way. Hundreds of people there. Emergency workers are working on that, and we'll bring you developments as we get them. Just in, prosecutors charged Lorenzo Washington in the death of a Kansas City man. You may remember Thomas Kuzilla was found dead in an alley near Brooklyn Avenue and Cliff Drive about a week ago. Tonight, officers say Washington admitted to smoking crack with him during the day. He told police he became angry and arranged to pick up a gun. Then, later that night, the 29-year-old said he lured Kuzilla into an alley and shot him. An investigation is underway after a man was shot to death in his own driveway. His body was not found until several hours later. 41 Action News reporter Allie Hoxie is live outside the police station. And Allie, why did it take so long to find this man? Allie, thank you. An update now on breaking news we brought you yesterday. Kansas City police have identified the man shot and killed by an Independence officer. Police tried to pull Harless Scott over after he was driving a stolen pickup and swerving. The 47-year-old led police into Kansas City. Scott got out at 113th Terrace, just off of Blue Ridge Boulevard, and he ran. An Independence officer then ran after him, and that's when police say Scott pulled a gun on that officer, and the officer shot and killed Scott. That officer is now on paid leave while police investigate. Nobody else was hurt in that situation. Today's Kansas City Violence Task Force heard from frustrated community members. This is the first time the task force met with residents since it was formed last fall. The goal of the task force is to prevent violence from happening. The group will hold a community meeting again in April. Well, everything is back to normal at Park Hill South High School after a fire. The school had to be evacuated at 11:30 this morning. Students were inside at the time taking the ACT test. The Riverside Fire Department says it was just an electrical fire and very little damage was done. Well, before you head out to enjoy your Saturday night, you better grab a jacket. Let's check in with meteorologist J.D. Rudd for your more accurate forecast. J.D., thank you. A change involving rockets in North Korea. South Korea says its neighbor has moved up its rocket launch. It's now scheduled for sometime between tomorrow and Valentine's Day. An update on rescue efforts in Taiwan. At least 7 people are dead and hundreds hurt after a 6.4 magnitude earthquake. Most people were asleep when that quake happened. Officials say a total of 9 buildings collapsed and 5 more were left tilting. A newly confirmed case of norovirus in Johnson County. The incredibly infectious virus has caused outbreaks in 3 locations off of Metcalf just over the last several days. 41 Action News reporter Josh Helmuth is at the University of Kansas Hospital's Marillac campus, where they stopped admitting patients because of this new outbreak. Josh, good information. Thank you. Teenage drivers who drink could soon have new protection in Kansas. The State House passed a bill that would allow them to avoid charges if they call for medical help. Supporters say this will help prevent tragedies like alcohol poisoning. The measure now heads to the Senate. Well, soon the GOP candidates go head-to-head. We'll be previewing tonight's debate. And some good news for farmers, a new solution that may make growing a little bit easier.